Hey, what's up? I'm Cyrus.
I am Ian.
I'm Steve.
And we're Newfound Glory, and you're watching Punkvideosrock.com.
Check it.
Hey guys, Robert Herrera here with Punk Videos Rock. I'm actually excited, a little nervous because Newfound Glory is actually my favorite band, as you guys all know, and I'm actually hanging out with them today. So how's it going, guys? Good to finally meet you guys.
Good to meet you too. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, for sure. How's it being on the road again? Yesterday was day one.
Yeah, it's the Pop Punk's Not Dead tour. Yesterday was day one in Santa Cruz. Today we're in Los Angeles, day two, but it's going great. You know, we know pretty much all the other bands that are on this tour. Like, we've played with them before, played shows with them, so it's kind of fun. So it was like summer camp getting back together or something.
Definitely. So Radiosurgery's out now. Why Radiosurgery?
Why name it Radiosurgery? Well, it was one of the last songs written for the record, and all of us were kind of, sitting there listening to the record, and Chad one day kind of came up with the idea, and he's like, hey, I've been listening to the songs, and all the songs seem to be about this idea of not being able to get this person out of your head. And he kind of looked on Google, and we put words together, and kind of came up with our own meaning. Like, Radiosurgery is, for us it means, this person, like what you're going through at the time is like, you're going through so much that the only way to get them out of your head is to get it surgically removed. So that's what Radiosurgery is, something we made up.
You guys went back to Neil on this album. So what got you guys to go back to him after you guys were testing out?
Well, Neil, we worked with him a long time ago. He did our first 3 major label records, and it was awesome. We've wanted to kind of work with him for a little while. Not Without a Fight, the record before this, we had him mix it. And then for this record, just early on, we really just hooked up with him, and we were like, we want you to produce it. He pushed us a lot on this record. Like, when we were giving him our early demos and stuff like that, he wasn't afraid to tell us, hey, I think you could write better songs, or just try it one more time or whatever. But having him there was just amazing, because we're so comfortable with him, and he knows how to get the best out of us. And then on top of that, I think just production wise, it brings it to another level.
And the first 3 records you guys had with him went gold, so maybe we can expect that on this one, right?
You never really expect anything. That's just icing on top of the cake that we were already eating, I think. At least I was eating. I like cake.
Golden icing, though.
I don't think for us, as long as kids come to the shows, that's what matters to us. And as long as you buy T-shirts, we're able to afford to be on tour. Selling records is awesome, but we never really expect to do anything. Like, all of our favorite bands growing up never sold gold records. So that was all just really fun for us to hang it on the wall. But we want to. The thing that's most important for us is to be a career band and stay around, and be relevant as long as we can.
And for this album, how many songs or demos did you guys actually work on before actually, picking out which ones were going to make it?
Well, we recorded 14 total songs, and we probably had at least 3 to 4 other songs besides that. But there were a lot of demos that, when we do our demos, we don't necessarily have to have a full song. It could be kind of part of a song or just an idea. And sometimes we'll scrap those ideas before we even work them out into full songs. So I mean, the big thing is that it took us. We were writing stuff, over almost a year ago?
We started writing on the Paramore tour. We had 5 or 6 demos on the Paramore tour, and ended up only one of them, that song Caught in the Act, actually made the record. But we started writing it back then, and then after the Paramore tour, we had a bunch of time off. So, it was cool because Chad would write demos on his computer and on his GarageBand and kind of send them to me, and I'd work on them on the computer, write them in my garage, and then I chat with Jordan, and we kind of would all come up with the ideas, kind of being separate and being off. But then when we started doing pre-production with Neil, we would get together and make the songs with what they are on the record. And
then for Coming Home, you guys, it was 3 of you guys working on the writing, correct?
Well, I mean, it's all collective. We all collectively write everything. It all kind of starts as a backbone, like a skeleton. Chad usually comes up with the music or the theme of the song, and I'll send it to me, and I'll write the backbone of the melody or the lyrics, and kind of it goes through a process. And until everybody in the band's oh, this is amazing and this is what we love, and that's when it's actually makes the song.
Well, and then for every record, Coming Home, what we did was we actually took longer in this pre-production area where we sat in a house and played all these ideas. But like Steve said, everybody kind of has their chance to give input, because we end up playing the songs over and over and over, so that we're good with them and we feel strong with them. Not just, oh, it sounds like a good idea or something like that, let's record it.
Does it feel do the songs feel natural nowadays when you guys are writing, since you guys have so much experience with them?
I think the writing part kind of seems natural, but the songs, you still have to, every song has to go through the ringer, to make sure it's good and to make sure it's the best Newfound Glory song we could have or something like that. So
definitely. You guys have a song Caught in the Act with a female singer, Bethany. How did you guys get connected with Bethany?
You guys should tell us.
I know Chad was friends with her. He went. I know that he was trying to get into her one of their shows, Best Coast shows, because we were big fans. And on Twitter, he like wrote them on Twitter. He's like, "Hey, I'm outside and we can't get in." And she, I guess, is a big New Found Glory fan, so they became friends that night. And you know, when we first kind of wrote that song, the whole idea, we kind of were like always picturing a girl vocal over it, and her voice, you know, fit perfectly. She came in the studio one day and did the song, and it came out awesome.
You guys have gone through a lot with the industry. It's changed so much, and now we have the internet and media and stuff like that. Do you see the internet like affecting you, or how do you see it affecting you, or even like helping you guys out nowadays?
I think it definitely affects record sales. You know, bands don't sell as many records as they used to, and that means labels aren't giving as much money to bands as they used to. You know, it's a good and it's a bad thing. It's, you know, but it's also for us a necessary evil, I guess. It's like our biggest way of marketing is Twitter and Facebook and all that. And you know,
I was gonna say, if it wasn't for the internet, we'd have people like in just random countries, crazy, so far away from this country that are, you know, listening to our band or into our band. The other day we were doing a broadcast or a live broadcast, and there was somebody from Kuwait, I think, listening to us.
Oh, dang.
Of course, the broadcast itself was in the internet, so without the internet, you wouldn't have that. But on top of that, it really like lets a lot of people get into us.
Exactly. And speaking of, you know, other places, like, is there any places that you guys haven't hit yet?
South Africa, I really like to go play, and Russia.
Russia for sure.
I don't know. Alaska, we still is the only state in America we haven't played.
Really?
So I'd really like to go there.
Anytime soon, maybe?
Hopefully. If you're watching this, Alaska, invite us to go.
I think they have, and we're just trying to figure out how to get out there. Yeah, when it's not cold, which is kind of tough. So
yeah, that's a tough one right there. So you guys are almost about to reach your 15th anniversary. You guys are still the same members in the band. How is that possible?
we just do it. No,
we're all brothers. We're all family, and it's kind of like we all love what we do, and we love being in this band. So it's like we started this band out when we were young kids, and it was a dream of ours to be in a band and to play shows and to be on tour. And for it to last this long we don't take it for granted. Yeah. So it's all of us, like, we kind of put the crap aside, and if we're having a bad day, we kind of leave each other alone. And we know each other so well, we don't, if people have things going on, we kind of let them have their space.
I think a big thing too is that no one in our band has a big ego, and a lot of times when bands break up, it's people fighting over things that really don't matter in the end of it. At the end of the day, and I think that we learned to communicate, and when we have problems and things that we don't like, we'll just talk about it. Then things don't blow up and explode. Plus, we all have the same common goal. We just love music and we love what we do. So, to argue or to fight or to break up or whatever just would be pointless.
Yeah, it makes no sense. You guys have also been true with your genre. You guys haven't been switching like other bands. They bounce back and forth with different directions. What's gotten you to actually be able to stay focused on that?
Well, for us, one of the biggest things is that we've always been real. It's like we're not going to hide behind a certain look or just do something because that's the popular thing. We're just doing what we love, what we've been doing from day one, which is playing music that we love, writing music that we love, and then trying to bring it out to people by playing shows. So we stay true to that, goal. And yeah, we may have one record where it has a little more keyboard, or one record where it's a little more this or that. But I think
much of a drastic change.
Well, and we feel like any song that we write, it's gonna be New Found Glory, especially when you put Jordan on top of it.
Yeah.
But one of the greatest things I think is that all of our records, each one is like a cohesive thing. It's its own. We don't flip flop like crazy on a record. But at the same time, if you look at all of our records, even though they may be a little different, it's all New Found Glory.
And how are you guys able to talk about, relationship, bad, breakups and stuff, and still make it fun? Like, it doesn't sound like an actual breakup song if you don't listen to the lyrics.
It's you can be singing about anything as long as the melody is fun to sing along to. It's catchy and you want to have fun. And, for us, like, our whole thing is our live show and kids singing the words back at us. So for us, that's what makes it cool for people. Even if they don't care about the words, they still love the melodies. Yeah. But also the words are there too as well for any person that, New Found Glory writes about real life subjects. So any person that buys a CD can relate their life to that, and they do. And that's what I think people keep bringing kids keep coming back to New Found Glory because they relate to it a lot.
A lot of people say music is therapy. So if we're like trying to help people, then why do you want to sit there and be like all bummed? You might as well make fun of, or not make fun of, but make a fun situation out of something that a lot of people get bummed out about.
That is true. Fans from the UK have been asking if you guys are going to be taking this tour out there. Any plans on that anytime soon, maybe?
Well, we are going out to the UK for a different tour, but I think have plans we don't have plans, but we would like to try to bring this tour everywhere if we could.
Yeah, for sure.
What else do you guys have planned out? I know it's too early on this tour, but for the remainder of the year for now, what do you guys have planned out?
We're going to South America in January, and then going back to England in February. And I know we have plans to go to Australia and Japan. So the record just came out, you know, a couple days ago. So NFG's gonna take the world over. You know, we're gonna go everywhere.
And for this tour, what are you guys gonna be playing? A lot of the record, or how are you guys going about as far as set list with such, like, you know, so much music that you guys already have?
This we kind of don't want to play too much off the new record, and we don't want to play too little. So I think we kind of settled on 4 or 5 songs, depending on the night. Some nights we'll play 4, some nights we'll play 5, and then we'll just kind of play it by ear because it's still so early. So if we feel like we're playing too much, we'll cut some. And if we feel like we're not playing enough, then we'll add some.
But 24 songs is a lot. I think that's what we did last night. So,
We have 7 records now. It's hard to pick. So we're kind of just playing some new songs, but also putting them far away from each other, so that way kids won't really notice.
How many songs have you guys played in a like the most songs you guys have done in a set?
What's the record? Is it
35?
30?
Something like that, 34.
We opened up for ourselves in London once. We played 2 sets of different songs, so that was pretty nuts.
That's crazy. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Do you guys want to give out any words? Any drop your links? Obviously, people already know that. But.
Well, like we've been saying, Radiosurgery's in stores now, so you should go grab it. Pop Punk's Not Dead tour is still going on. Come out and see us. And if you're in other countries, we're going to be touring all next year. So let's keep it going. NewfoundGlory.com. Yeah, yeah.